I endured the pain and cooked a large table of dishes, but my wife took Bai Yueguang and his son home. They will live together in the future. You are not allowed to eat at the table if you are sick. You should carry their luggage upstairs. When my daughter was taking a bath, the boy broke into her. My daughter huddled up and screamed in fear. The bastard peed with a wicked smile, but my wife slapped my daughter and said who was perverted. She was just in a hurry to go to the toilet. Who told you to wash so slowly? Apologized to him. His Bai Yueguang said that girls nowadays are hypocritical. I protected my daughter, but was driven out of the house by my wife. Get out of here, the countdown to 0. My daughter committed suicide. I couldn't bear it anymore. I called the phone that had been sealed for 15 years. I lost and I would divorce immediately. I was infected with influenza A by my wife without blood. I had a high fever of 38.9 degrees and was in terrible pain all over my body. But I was very happy to see that she was well. But he sent a WeChat message, asking if the New Year's Eve dinner was ready. Cook according to the menu I gave you. You must wear a mask and add more spicy food. I said yes. I forced myself to cook a large table of dishes. My daughter Xin came back from dance class and wanted to help. I was reluctant to let her take a shower and change clothes first. Half an hour later Mei Shui came back, followed by 2 men, one big and one small. This is He Jian. You have seen him. He just got divorced. This is his son He Tong. They will live in our house in the future. You should be nice to them. Why are you still standing there? Hurry up and move your luggage to the guest room upstairs. He is so old but still so tactless. When he saw me coughing, he frowned and sprayed me with alcohol spray. Don't come to the table for a while. Don't infect us during the new year. Then she turned around and said to the father and son of the He family with a shy face, you must be hungry, let's eat first. Look, these are your favorite dishes and they are spicy. They are all made by me. I dragged 2 heavy suitcases upstairs, but I heard them laughing and toasting. At that moment I realized that in Mei Shui's heart, I was just a slave who could be used. But when I came upstairs my heart was even colder. The study and utility room were decorated by Mei Shui into an extremely warm bedroom. It turned out that she could also lay the sheets and quilt so straight, tidy up the house so neatly, and even spray expensive perfume. After all, she never does housework, everything is newly bought. No wonder I received a deduction notice of more than 100,000 yuan. The small one is equipped with the latest computer, iPad and desks and chairs. I think it is for living with him, but Xing asked him to buy a second-hand iPad last month, but he didn't give it to her for class. The big one is full of photos of He Jian and Mei Shui since childhood. Yes, he is his childhood sweetheart and the white moonlight he loves but cannot get. He is willing to do anything for her. But I am just a dog that he disdains. If He Jian hadn't gotten someone pregnant and had to get married, how could I have the opportunity to take advantage of it? Thinking of this, my heart became heavier, and for the first time I had the urge to fulfill them. Suddenly my daughter screamed downstairs, "Get out! Who are you, pervert? Help me, Dad, save me!" I hurried downstairs but saw Mei Su and He Jian standing at the door of the bathroom, watching coldly. When I went in my blood pressure soared instantly. My daughter was naked and curled up in a corner, while He Tong was actually peeing with her mouth open and laughing. It was disgusting. I quickly wrapped my daughter tightly with a bath towel, suppressed my throat and coughed while scolding, "You boy, what are you doing?" He Tong gradually shook, pointed at the dirty toilet and smiled and said, "Are you blind? I'm peeing." I saw that there was no blood, but he rushed in and slapped my daughter's back hard. What the hell is she screaming about on New Year's Day? Who is she calling a pervert? He Tong was just in a hurry to go to the toilet. Who asked you to occupy the bathroom? You wash so slowly and I don't know how dirty you are. My daughter cried out and my heart ached. How could this mother be so partial? I pulled Mei Shui away and picked up my daughter. There is also a bathroom upstairs. Why don't you let the child go? There is a difference between men and women upstairs. Do you understand? Who knew that Mei Shui was so angry that she pushed me? Who knew that she was taking a shower? Are you blaming me? It's New Year's Day. Do you want to quarrel? He Jian also sneered. What do children of only 13 or 14 know? Girls nowadays are just hypocritical. I was anxious. My daughter is 13 years old. She has already had a sense of shame and gender awareness. Don't say that I, as a father, have to avoid suspicion. He, an outsider, not only watched coldly, but also dared to say something about my daughter. Who do you think is hypocritical? Hey, you understand this is our home. Show some respect, get angry and anxious, it's harder on your body. He Jian, however, innocently looked at Mei Shui and shrugged. I told you that we are not welcome as father and son, right? Forget it, son, let us go. In order to save us from being beaten up, we have no way to reason with them. Don't leave, you are not allowed to leave, Mei Shui stopped him. Then she slapped me hard on the face. You are sick. It's the new year, what's the big deal, you have to do it. Get out of here, you are not welcome. When the daughter saw this scene, she immediately dared not cry. and begged Mei Shui in a flattering way, "Mom, I'm sorry, I won't cry anymore. Don't quarrel with Dad, let's spend the new year together." "Okay," Mei Shui snorted coldly, "you can stay if you are obedient. But your dad is so unlucky, he must go away." He Jian and his son showed devilish smiles and looked at me with smugness on their faces. I sneered, carried Xingxing back to the room, dried her hair, wiped away her tears, watched her change into the red New Year dress I just bought, and comforted her before leaving. My daughter hugged my waist reluctantly and said, "Dad, don't go. Let's watch the Spring Festival Gala upstairs. I'll go to make instant noodles and we'll eat together and celebrate the new year together." I rubbed his head, feeling sorry for his cleverness and understanding. "Good child, Dad is going to buy some medicine. Hey, go and have some. Dad secretly made your favorite food, sweet and sour spare ribs and gluten stuffed with meat. Thank you, Dad, in the kitchen. Dad, come back soon. I want to eat with Dad." "Okay, baby." Passing by the restaurant, I heard He Tong say loudly, "Aunt May, you should tell that ugly girl should get a divorce, marry my dad and be my mother." Mei Shui looked at He Jian with a red face, covering her mouth and laughing. "Okay, from now on I will be your mother, your real mother." They laughed heartily, as if the three of them were a family. Mei Shui turned around and saw me, her face turned sour instantly and she cursed, "Go away." Amid their laughter, I walked out of the house. The cold wind was howling, and my lungs were about to break from coughing. Every house on the road was brightly lit, and everyone except me was laughing and talking. During the new year, I drove to the nearest hospital. The emergency doctor looked at the film and blood test report and said, "Why did you come now? You are risking your life. Go get in first. Hey young people, you just don't take your body seriously." I looked at the gray hair and the wrinkles on my face in the mirror, and suddenly, I realized that I was only 38 years old but I looked like 60. How did I make myself like this? Tears fell from my eyes. I couldn't help but recall the past with Mei Shui. In order to be with her, I broke up with my family and even changed my name. I obeyed her in everything. No matter how busy I was, I would reply to her messages and answer her calls in seconds. I would pick her up from get off work no matter how tired I was. When she complained about the food, I went to New Oriental to get a chef certificate and cooked for her in different ways. Her parents were not in good health, so I learned massage and Chinese medicine and provided home service every weekend. She wanted the latest limited edition luxury bag, but I ate steamed buns and pickles for 2 months. I bought it with the help of my colleague who worked 3 jobs and used my connections. When she was willing to marry me, I was so happy that I took off. Her family asked for a gift, 888,000. I gave her to add her name to the house my mother left me. After we got married, I did my best to spoil her. I didn't let her do any housework. I wouldn't let her go to work if she didn't want to, and I gave her my salary card. I always felt that no matter how hard or tired I was, it didn't matter. I just wanted him to be happy. I gave him enough sense of security and emotional value, and we became 108's little husband. In the first 2 years we were still happy, but then he became more and more indifferent. He would turn his face black, insult and slap me at every turn. It was not uncommon for him to not be allowed to eat at the table. I was so used to it that I didn't think there was any problem. I even stupidly imitated the barking of a dog and begged for his forgiveness. Now that I think about it, I'm really sick. I heard the voice of a caregiver on the phone. "Sorry, old man. Mother-in-law, I have to work overtime and can't have the New Year's Eve dinner with you. There is only 1 minute left before the new year. Let's count down together." Then a woman hugged him from behind and said, "Okay, husband, why did you rush here from home?" "Because I want to be with you for every memorable moment." "That's great. Then I can give you the New Year's gift directly." He put a necklace on him and fed him dumplings. I was really envious of their sweet smiles. It turned out that love requires more efforts and hard work from both sides. I have tried for 15 years, but I still can't warm the heart of a person who doesn't love me. Fortunately, I later had a daughter, Xingxing. She was well-behaved and sensible. She was simply an angel sent to me by God. In the last half minute of the countdown, I took out my phone and called my daughter. I don't know why, after many days it took a long time for her to answer the phone. Her voice was hoarse and it was obvious that she had just cried. "Dad, I love you. I will be your daughter in the next life, only your daughter. I'm sorry." The call was hung up and the blood in my body seemed to freeze. I pulled out the needle and ran home. I called Mei Shui more than 10 times along the way, but he didn't answer or reply to my messages. I was so anxious that my whole body was shaking. I regretted why I came to see the doctor, why I didn't spend the New Year's Eve with my daughter at home, what happened, why did Xingxing say such things. "My daughter, don't do anything stupid. Dad will be here soon." As soon as I got downstairs, I heard loud music in the house. I opened the door but saw Mei Shui and He Jian's faces were flushed. They were hugging each other and dancing close. He Tong was also blowing a beer bottle and laughing excitedly. I jumped around and kicked the power supply of the stereo. I looked for my daughter all over the house, but she was not in her room. She was not on the first floor or the second floor. The only one left was the garage. But Mei Shui held me with a dead look on her face and said, "Who the hell asked you to come back? This is my home. Get out of here, you dead dog." I shook off his hand and refused to stop for a moment, but He Jian hugged Mei Shui and yelled at me, "Are you a man if you push a woman?" As he said that, he actually came over with a punch. This time I did not give in and kicked him in the soft stomach. "You'd better pray that the stars are okay, otherwise I will bury you with him." When I got to the garage and opened the door with the key, I saw my daughter lying in a pool of blood with a pale face. There were several shocking cuts on her slender wrists, and blood was still gushing out. She committed suicide. My daughter committed suicide. Why did she happen? Xingxing, wake up. Daddy is sorry for you. Daddy should not have gone out. My heart was broken. My vision was blurred. I pressed his wound, bandaged it simply, and carried him to the car, but Mei Shui stopped me and yelled drunkenly, Why are you barking like a dog? Are you crazy? You want to leave after beating someone up? No way. Send Hejian to the hospital. It's so late. Where are you going to take Xingxing? I was furious. You still care when there is no blood. Xingxing committed suicide. What did you do to him? He was stunned for a moment. Then his eyes dodged. Suicide is impossible. Wasn't he playing with the child just now? And he was the child. You just wait. Xingxing suffered injustice. I will get it back 100-fold. Pushed Meishua away, slammed the car door, drove away, leaving Meishua cursing loudly in the back. I dialed the number that had been sealed for 15 years. Dad, I'm sorry I lost. I will get a divorce and then take Xingxing home to recognize my ancestors. My father was silent for a while and asked me what I needed to do. My last attempt to be strong was also broken. Dad, Xingxing committed suicide. I need the best doctor and a lot of Rh-negative blood. Please, I will arrange it. Be careful on the road. Tears welled up in my eyes. Thank you, Dad. I'm sorry, I'm too stupid and too persistent. Well, don't let us down again, never. I won't. When we arrived at the hospital, Secretary Dong was waiting at the door. All the things for the young master had been arranged. The 3 people with panda blood were also on the way. The fastest one will arrive in 5 minutes. Don't worry, the boss has been paying attention to you and the young lady, and has already made preparations. I nodded. I put my daughter on the bed and pushed her in with the medical staff. Xingxing, don't be afraid. Dad will protect you even if it costs his own life. The door of the operating room was closed. A familiar voice sounded behind me. Don't draw too much blood. The child is very weak. I looked back and saw that it was Mei Shui, Hejian and Hetong. Secretary Dong said calmly that according to the contract, we will pay 100,000 yuan for every 100 cubic centimeters. Of course, the premise is that the child is healthy. Hejian's eyes rolled around, and he rubbed his hands and smiled and said it was okay. My son is in good health. Even if 500 cubic centimeters are drawn, it's no problem. Just draw it and pay. When Mei Shui heard so much money, she immediately said, Hey, my daughter also has panda blood. I asked her to come too. As he said that, he called me and said, Where's Xingxing? Bring her to Renai Hospital. This woman has no heart in an emergency. Her own daughter committed suicide and she still wants to sell her blood. I really want to rush over and slap myself a few times to make myself sober. But he saw me and immediately walked over angrily. Why are you here? You are following me and talking. Are you mute? Where is Xingxing? I have something to talk to him. Xingxing is being rescued. Please keep your voice down. How is it possible? He was fine just now. What happened? What did you do to him? Why did he cut his wrists and commit suicide? I don't know. Mei Shui's eyes were erratic, and he didn't intend to tell me the truth. I didn't want to waste time on him, so I winked at Secretary Dong, and he immediately pulled him away. Please wait outside. Not for what? Why did he? What is possible? He is our boss. I don't want to reveal my identity for the time being, so I said old friend. Mei Shui looked at me suspiciously, snorted coldly and left. If he knew my identity, he would explode, but I just want to divorce quickly and don't want to have any entanglement with him anymore. After 2 hours of long waiting, the operation was finally over. The doctor said that Xingxing was fortunately sent in time, otherwise he would not be saved if it was a few minutes later, but he is still in a coma and will be observed after he wakes up. I was grateful and asked Secretary Dong to pay the doctor an extra half-year's salary. After sending Xingxing to the VIP ward, Secretary Dong reported to me whether it was done as you requested. There was blood in the contract and he was type B blood. In order to make money, his father lied about his blood type. He has asked the lawyer to contact him for compensation. What about this? Jian is really speechless. With such a small mind, I really don't understand how Mei Shui loves him so much. But I am not qualified to laugh at him. I also fell in love with a bad man. I asked Secretary Dong if he had found out what happened at night. Xingxing is not such a fragile child. I don't believe he would commit suicide inexplicably. After finding out about the young master, he immediately took out an iPad. This is the surveillance video of tonight. The chairman ordered someone to use the Sky Eye system to adjust it. It was my father who helped me again. I had mixed feelings in my heart. I was grateful and thankful. I was moved more by guilt and speechlessness. It was obviously my unfilial behavior, but he still helped me unconditionally. I clicked on the video. In the restaurant after I left, Mei Shui grabbed Xingxing's hair, pressed Xingxing to the ground and knelt down. Kowtow to apologize to your Hejian father and Hetong brother. Hetong put her feet on the table, holding up her mobile phone and said, You called me a pervert. My young heart has been greatly traumatized. Please think about it, otherwise I can't forgive you. Hejian was even more condescending. Little girl, don't be so pretentious in the future. It won't kill you to look at it. Your flat figure can't arouse men's thoughts. Xingxing cried and kowtowed until her head turned red. Mei Shui even asked her to kneel and pour wine for the two men. I was so angry that I punched the wall, but the picture was still playing. It turned into a video of the contract chasing Xingxing all over the room. Sister, I want you to take a shower. Oh, your legs are very long and thin. Let your brother play with them. Xingxing was so scared that she had nowhere to hide. Finally, she ran into the garage and pulled down the gate. Only then did she escape, but that bastard actually ran is still kicking the door outside. If you don't come out, I will send your video to the whole world. I want to see how you can face people in the future. Don't worry, little bitch. From now on, your mother is mine, your home is mine, and the money is all mine. You and your father have to get out. The picture changes again, and it is divided into hundreds of protagonists. They are all Hejian and Miyuki. The location is either at my home or at the hotel. He is prostrating himself for her, and his little look is really disgusting. It turns out that they have been together for a long time. He gave birth to a star, and he wouldn't even let me touch him. He also scolded me for being disgusting, low-level, and vulgar. Turns out that Hejian is so chaste. Afterwards, Hejian said, Wait until I get divorced and you can get divorced too. We'll live together through Mei Shui. Okay, Then find a woman and design an affair for that dead liquor to make him leave the house with nothing. The money and the house will be ours. I promise. The corner of the mouth is good, very good. Since you are unkind, then I don't have to be righteous. I kissed the forehead of my unconscious daughter. I'm sorry, Xing. It was because Dad was too weak before that you suffered so much grievance. Don't worry, Dad will never be soft-hearted to bad people from now on. I was sitting in the conference room of the hospital, watching the bodyguard bring the contract in like a chicken. The contract was scared and screamed. What are you doing? What are you going to do to me? I will sue you. I smiled kindly. Where is your phone? What video did you take of Xing? Show it to me. It's none of your business. Let me go quickly or I will call the police. You are quite courageous. I don't know how long you can hold on. I waved my hand and the bodyguard took out his phone, scanned his face and handed it to me after successfully unlocking it. There were many disgusting photos and videos of girls taken from various secretly filmed angles on his phone. He was obviously a repeat offender. The videos of Xing taking a bath, kneeling on the ground and kowtowing to apologize, and being chased and threatened were also among them. Even though I had seen it once, I was still so angry that I punched a hole in the table with a shaking fist. It's true that some people are born demons. Without a good education, they will lead more people into the abyss. Contract was so scared that he kept shouting. I don't know, it wasn't me. I walked towards him with a gloomy face. He was so scared that he wet his pants and screamed. My dad made me do this. He said that Xing would not want to follow her mother to remarry. It's really interesting. I haven't divorced yet, and this father and son are thinking about making my wife remarry. They are also plotting my daughter. It's unforgivable. My fists were creaking from my clenched fists. I won't make things difficult for you. How did you bully my daughter? Let these big brothers bully you. The hospital is very big. I hope you hide well and don't get caught. Oh no, uncle, I was wrong. Please forgive me. I can change. Well, but the cunning in his eyes betrayed him. Sure enough, he pushed the door and ran away, cursing. Old man, come and catch me. I waved my hand, and the bodyguards began their work of playing eagle and catching chickens. Looking at the surveillance video, I saw that the contract was running around in panic. I picked up the intercom and said that this guy was thick-skinned and energetic, so I would play with him for 24 hours first. Then I sent the ugly video of the contract to his school and friends in the juvenile detention center. I stretched my muscles and dealt with my son. It was time to educate his father. When Jian was dragged in, his bones had been broken twice. He was in so much pain that he couldn't even scream. He looked at me and said intermittently, "You did it. What you did is illegal." I laughed. It's not illegal to sleep with someone else's wife. It's not illegal to instigate my son to record a video to bully my daughter. It's not illegal to plan for me to cheat and leave the house. His face was distorted, but he was still proud. You have no evidence. I asked someone to play the video for him. Jian was shaking like a sieve. How could it be possible? How could you have all this? Who are you? I forgot to tell you that my original surname was Gu. Guess who I am, Tianai Guy. You are the Prince of Beijing who has been missing for 15 years, Guy. I smiled. There is a prize for the correct answer. Put his bones back. It hurts as much as taking them out, but there will be no scars. There is no evidence. He is very angry. What are you going to do? What are you not going to do? How many times did you sleep with Meishua during my marriage? I will take your bones out. Do you like it? You have illegally imprisoned and abused me. I will sue you. Haha. A despicable person has no right to bring up the law. It's not just me. There will be many people to deal with you. What do you mean? I have sent your video to your ex-wife's family. Jian's originally arrogant face suddenly became wonderful. He even knelt down in front of me. What do you mean? No, please, brother, I was wrong. I won't dare to do it again. I will go abroad now and never appear in front of you again. Okay? His ex-wife's family is not easy to mess with. They have a great influence in the local area. Therefore, Jian had to be responsible for their daughter. If his ex-wife had not had a new man and was pregnant in recent years, she would not have divorced him so easily and let him take their son away. So if his ex-wife's family had taken action, Jian would probably have been tortured to death and my hands would not have been dirty. I waved my hand and signaled them to leave. My daughter kowtowed to him 55 times, so he asked him to kowtow to my daughter 10 times through the door. Every time there must be a sound, and the little one should also kowtow. I looked out the window. The whole city was silent, and a faint light appeared on the horizon. Secretary Dong knocked on the door with documents. Master Mei Shui agreed to divorce. He said he would not fight for custody and would not bother me in the future. But he wanted your villa worth 20 million yuan and an additional 2 million yuan. I smiled bitterly. You see, Xing and I are not worth that much money in his eyes. I picked up a pen and signed the divorce agreement. Go and change my name back, so that Tianyi the love-struck dog will disappear from this world completely. Suddenly, a rising sun broke through the fog, and thousands of rays of light poured down, as if celebrating my rebirth. 2 years later, I attended Xing's junior high school graduation ceremony. The principal personally welcomed me in. I had been looking forward to seeing you, Chairman Gu, for a long time. Thanks to your support over the past 2 years, the equipment in our school is comparable to that of a world-class university. I smiled and said, of course, education is a career that I will support all my life. The welcoming team quickly surrounded me. In the noise, I heard a woman's voice shouting, "Let me go. I want to go in to see my daughter. She's graduating today." I'm sorry. There's no entry ticket or invitation. You absolutely cannot go in. Why? Let me go. The woman's voice was familiar, as if it came from a distant deep memory. I looked over curiously and saw a woman dressed in rustic and sloppy clothes. The principal quickly apologized. I'm sorry to make a fool of myself, Chairman Gu. Please come in. I nodded, but a dirty hand grabbed my arm. I looked up and couldn't help frowning. The crazy woman turned out to be Miyuki. When we divorced, she was still a graceful woman with fair skin. How could a beautiful young woman with a smooth and delicate complexion become a weather-beaten old lady in just over 2 years? His voice was frighteningly loud, and he had lost all his elegance. Tanino Guyi is really you. I want to go see Xing, please, I miss him so much. The principal was scared and quickly asked the security guard to pull him away, apologizing and sorry. I'm sorry, Chairman Gu is our security work, we didn't do it well, why don't you send him away quickly? I waved my hand and said, it's okay, I know him, I'll say a few words to him, you go first, okay? They walked away a little, and there was a lot of inquiry in my eyes. I looked at Mei Shui and asked, how did you find this place? Mei Shui blushed and put her hair behind her ears with her fingers. I saw the news about you on TV, and learned that you returned to the capital and inherited the story. Then I followed you several times according to the itinerary given on the internet, and then I learned that Xing is attending the best middle school in the country. I raised my eyebrows, it seems that the security department is going to deduct my salary. He said in a pinched voice, Brother Yi, how are you? I miss you and us very much. Talking about the past, he choked up. I laughed at myself and said, we are not bad. If you have expectations for things that don't belong to you, you won't be hurt. Brother Yi, I'm sorry I was wrong, can you forgive me? It's all because I didn't know how to cherish you. I didn't know how much you gave for me. After being with Hejian, I realized how much you suffered. It turned out that the news of Hejian cheating on him was all over H City. The two of them didn't dare to go out at all, but Hejian's ex-wife's family still found them and beat Hejian so hard that his own mother didn't recognize him. From then on, he was no longer able to have children. They also smashed the house to pieces and took away all the money they could. Hejian couldn't move, and Mei Shui had to do all the work by herself. It cost hundreds of thousands to treat Hejian alone. But when Hejian recovered, he took Mei Shui out every day, saying that it was all his fault. He either beat him or scolded him, gambled away all his money and mortgaged his house. But after a year, the two of them were penniless. Hejian kicked him out of the house, saying that he couldn't make any money, don't come back. But Mei Shui has no ability and a bad reputation. No one is willing to hire him. In the end, he can only work as a dishwasher in a small restaurant. His life is very miserable. It's pitiful, but what does it have to do with me? I sighed. Pushing others away, you always have to pay the price for your choice. I have wasted 15 years on you. I will never give you a minute again, and the stars will not see you. He is very good now, very calm and more confident. He is not like before when he was always suppressed and despised by you, and did not know how precious he was. The past days are over. I hope you will take care of yourself in the future. I have also found my true love. Our family is very happy. I hope you will not disturb us again. After that I left. Mei Shui knelt on the ground and cried loudly. The phone suddenly vibrated. I answered it with a smile. Wife, I will be there in 5 minutes. Life is long. There is always a difficult journey, and there are always some things that will be helpless. But no matter what, as long as you are strong and get through it, everything will be light and peaceful. But I am very lucky. There is a rainbow after the suffering. Thank you and take care. The book is over.